Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Guys doing well? Mm-hmm. ASMR. Exactly. All right, welcome all in all. My name is Rosita. I am a vocal and language coach, meaning not only do I teach people how to speak in different languages, I also teach people how to sing in them as well to help better bridge that communication gap that is due to that language barrier. Um, Whether it be for speaking or singing, we want to better communicate, to have better relationships, with our audience, with our clients, with our students, with our patients, and more. Mostly, mostly, mostly. But I will say, I'm satisfied. Ah, that was a good burger. Okay. All right, give me a second. So, today I'm going to introduce you about Japanese counter numbers, specifically with minutes. Now, Japanese counter numbers are interesting to say the least. They are a headache to say the least. Um, because we'll have certain things to count pens, and then we'll have a certain thing to count a can. We'll also have a way to count books. Like all of these, we will have different. We have different ways of counting just these separate objects. So I do have some videos on that available on YouTube, so you can definitely check it out. I will be adding more, and I am going to go ahead and drink my drink. Yum. But yeah, so and not only do we have different words to count, the numbers can change as well. This is one of the irregularities that we have in the language. And unfortunately, these are one of it's one of those things that we will just have to purely memorize. There's no way outside that. Okay? Okay. So, what's that drink? It's a metabolism drink. And it also provides like energy. So, yeah. It helps me with my focus. That's what I like about this. It helps me with my focus. Dante! Sadly? About that. Okay, yeah. Okay. All right, so first, I know the whole theme is about minutes, but I do want to introduce about age. Because we're going to be asking about your age. Where are you guys? Oh, that's right. Give me a moment. Close all tabs. Don't save. Oh, I should have saved. Okay, 1 second, please. Moving this over here. Moving this over here. Forgot I was on YouTube. Thinking like on Zoom because we had our last class on Zoom. There we go. Okay, excuse me. Let's go ahead and share. Yes. All right. So the counter word here to say years old, and this is one of our vocabulary words, will be the number plus sai. Sai means years old. So please listen and then repeat after me. Isai. Isai. Number 2, nisai. 3, sansai. 4 years old, yonsai. So automatically you guys can see the difference between 1 and 4 with the times. The show, you have ichiji, where we actually use the number word, the normal number for 1. But here, to say 1-year-old, it's isai. And for 4, we have to say 4 o'clock, it's yoji. But whenever we're talking about years old, here we're going to say yonji. All right, 5 years old. Please repeat after me. Gosai. Number 6, rokusai. 7 years old, nanasai. To say 8 years old, hassai. To say 9 years old, we have kyusai. To say 10 years old, we have jusai. Now, let's take a look at 11 here. So here we have 10. We have ju. So to say I'm 11 years old, we're going to add 10 plus the number here. So 11 will be juisai. So then how would I say, and let me know in the chat or in the comments below, how I would say 12 years old. Any guesses? Junisai. Junisai. How about 13 years old? And let's see if you guys can write it in kana. How would I say 13 years old? Let me know in the live chat or in the comments below. I know you wrote it in kanji, Annalise, just to let you know. Jusansai. Hai. How about 14 years old? $14. 14歳 14歳 And then this pattern continues. But now let's take a look at 20 years old. I know this says 20歳. Just no. Just don't, no. We're going to say 20歳. We're going to use 20歳. 20歳は is a special word for saying 20 years old because this is culturally linked. Because once you're 20, you are a legal adult. So here in the United States, you're considered as an adult at age 18. でも、日本に in Japan, it's 20 years old. They wanted to make sure that there's no teen at the end of the number. But whenever we go to 21 to 29, then we're going to follow the pattern. Ni, which is 2, ju, which is 10, and then isai, to say 21 years old. Ni, ju, isai. So whenever we're dealing with tens, usually you'll have the single number plus the 10, and then any number that comes after it. So if you take 35 for an example, 35, that is what, 3 and 5, the show. Or 3, 10, 5. So we have 3, 10. 3 times 10 is what? 30. Add 5, 35. Ne. 35歳. Any questions so far? Then let me ask you guys and let me know in the chat below or in the live chat. I mean, in the comments below or the live chat. How old are you? 何歳ですか? 探偵さん、何歳ですか? アナリスちゃん、何歳ですか? ないの? And as you guys are answering, I'm going to go ahead and change the page. (24歳) Now, last week, for those that did not attend, I highly recommend to check out my previous video. Or the previous live video, we did learn how to tell time. So what I was talking about earlier about the 1 and the 4, so to say 1-year-old, as we learn now, it's isai. But if I want to say 1 o'clock, the number changes. Both mean 1, but the word changes. We have ichiji, or how we say 4 o'clock. It's yoji, not yonji. It's yoji. Whereas to say 4 years old, I would say 4歳. 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 7. So we have 7歳for 7 years old. But to say 7 o'clock, we have 7時. So these are some things that we really need to pay attention to whenever we're dealing with numbers. Okay. Now, let's talk about this. And I kind of introduced this a little bit in our intermediate Japanese class. Not introduce it so much rather than applying it to one of our examples. 35歳 35歳. All right. Now notice how, again, the numbers change. でしょ? So hours, we have ichiji, G meaning o'clock. Let me go ahead and write that down in the group chat. But if I want to say, oh, it's 101. Ichiji bun. Now, numbers like 1, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So 6 out of those 10 numbers are going to end in bun. On the clock, that's a different expression. On the clock means, like, I'm on the clock right now. I am working. On the clock means you are working right now. So, let's go over the pronunciation for these minutes. Please repeat after me. Ippun. Ippun. 2. 2分 2分 3. 3分 3分 4 o'clock 4分 4分 5 o'clock 5分 5分 6 minutes. Did I say 5 o'clock? I did say 5 o'clock. 5 minutes. 6 minutes. Maybe focus, but I maybe not all here. Okay, that's not focusing, is it? All right. 6. 6分 6分 7. 7分 7分 8 minutes 8分 8分 Then we have 9 minutes 9分 9分 And 10 we have 10分 10分 Let me go ahead and bring this down. Okay. Now, sometimes, yeah, for 10分, sometimes, you might hear 10分, but, it's less common. It's less common than 10分. Now, just like the ages, a common pattern when it comes to numbers when dealing with tens or double digits. You're going to start off with the tens and then add the single corresponding numbers. So to say 11 minutes, I would say 10, which is 10, 11 分 11分 To say 12 minutes, I would say 12分 12分 etc. If I wanted to say 20 minutes, はい、おやすみなさい. To say 20 minutes, we have 2 and 10. So here we'll put 20分. To say 21 minutes, I will say 21分. 22 minutes would be 22 分, etc. I think I need more of this juice. Excuse me. Okay. 質問がありますか? Are there any questions? So, みんな oh my goodness. みんな、今何時ですか? What time is it? Excuse me, what time is it? In your country or state? Let me know. Ima nanji desu ka?カリフォルニアに今5時24分です。今5時24分です。Okay. So, let's go ahead and just review everything that we have learned in chapter 1. Let me grab my... No, I don't want to go to my library. Come here. All right, fine. I don't know where my contents are. Okay. Okay. Really? That late? Interesting. Sorry, I never knew there was like a 4-hour difference. I always thought it was like a 2 or 3 hour difference. But I believe you told me this before. Anyways, go ahead. All right. So we learned in chapter 1 of the Genki book. And for those that would like to study along with the Genki book, I will put it into our description, into the description window so you guys can purchase it. It's like $40, like $40 for the textbook. And it's like $25 for the workbook. I think I'll leave the information in the description. So we learned the basic sentence patterns. So using noun X plus noun Y this. So we use some of the vocabulary to create a sentence. So for an example, to say I am a student, we have watashi plus the topic particle wa 学生です. I'm going to write this down. So the basic sentence pattern will be noun X plus Y plus noun Y plus this. Now, one of the things that I did mention at the beginning is how sometimes I will mix a couple chapters together. Because I did mention that this sentence pattern is great for identification. It's a great way to help you build communication skills and learn how to use your vocabulary. So I added kore plus wa plus the noun plus this, which translates to this is ... So これはお茶です。これは本です。これはひひひひひ私のものかです。My wand, my moon wand, which is also like a headphone holder, which is fantastic. It's awesome. So you can use that sentence pattern to practice your vocabulary, whether it be from Duolingo or any language learning app, or the vocabulary lesson in Genki 1 or Genki 2. The second sentence pattern that we learned was actually not so much of a sentence, how to form a question. Wait, did I just go Spanglish there? I did. Okay. Now, to form a question in Japanese, all we have to do is just add ka at the end of the sentence. That's it. So an example that you guys see here is, are you an international student? 留学生ですか? And you can, because we only know how to answer in affirmative and positive forms. はい、留学生です. Yes, I am an international student. And don't worry, guys, we are going to be learning about verb conjugations soon. All right? Soon. But first and most importantly, we want to get the fundamentals, start building, learning some phrases, okay? Learn how to use your vocabulary before I start torturing you with verb conjugations, okay? That's how you're going to start learning how to communicate, is by the verb conjugations. And this, yes, although it's a copula, but it is treated as a verb. So if I wanted to ask you, let's say I wanted to ask you what your major is. 専攻は何ですか? 専攻は何ですか? Here I'm using 何. 何 means what? 専攻は何ですか? So you're going to place the 何 before the ですか? And then you will respond with using the sentence pattern NX plus wa plus noun y です。専攻は英語です。専攻は the major is 英語です。English. So essentially translating to my major is English. Then the other particle that we learned the past couple of weeks is no. The major use of no is the possession particle. So if I wanted to say my tea, これは私のお茶です. This is my tea. Nihon no ocha desu. It's Japanese tea. Actually, it really is. Not sponsored, but hopefully one day I do get a box called Sakurako. You may have heard of it. And I personally love it. It's great. Because their tea is really, really good. And most of the tea that they send me, I cannot find it here, despite having Japanese markets surrounding me. There's stuff that I cannot get here. So please know that if you guys ever interested in Sakurako and you're in California and you are, or like in a city or in a state that have like Asian markets around you, or stores like Mitsuwa or Tokyo Central or Marukai, Seiwa, you'll get other kinds of teas that you just cannot find here. So highly recommend. I digress. So if I want to say a college professor, daikaku no sensei, I'm a teacher that belongs to the category of college. Or a Japanese student, nihongo no gakusei. So you are a student of the Japanese language. Question. Are there any questions? いいですか? Okay. So that is everything that we have worked on in chapter 1, outside the numbers and that what we've learned today. Now, if you guys want practice, please do not judge my reading list. Yes, you guys saw a Sailor Moon cookbook. Again, don't judge me. If you guys feel like you would like more practice, now I truly love these Genki books because it's a simplistic way to learn the Japanese language. Yes, there's some inconsistencies and their apps are okay, but I really enjoy their mobile apps for the reason that it coincides with the book. It has flashcards and everything. So again, I really recommend it. I use it with my private students all the time. Okay. Wait. Give me a second here. Come on. There we go. Okay, 無理です。無理ですよ。無理だよ。Give me just 5 years, guys. Give me 1 second. 5 years to a second. Okay, よかった. So for more practice, sorry that took me so long. It'll be page 16 of the workbook. So section 1, you will have practice with noun X plus noun Y, noun X plus Y plus noun Y this. If you guys, for those that don't have access to this book, go ahead, do section 2 and leave your answers in the comment section below. Or if you guys are on my Discord, go right ahead. Okay? For more practice, for questions. This will be more of a challenge. Ask the right questions in each of the following exchanges. So they're going to give you the answers, but you'll have to guess how I would ask that question. And yes, this is really testing you with your kana. Then we have the particle no. I would highly recommend to do section 2 again. Just to, oh, that is not nice. I almost said nice. So you can practice the sentence patterns. Now, we do want to start speaking a little bit like grammatical forms. So like, 専攻は日本語です. Yeah, we'll say 日本語です. We'll drop the first part when communicating, but it's important to learn the fundamentals and then learn when to drop or to omit certain things. Then if you want more time, if more practice with numbers, with time and telephone numbers, page 19. Just all of chapter 1, except for the listening comprehension ones, because then you will need to buy the book, which again, I will leave the link in the description window. But for those that are my Discord, I do have the link in my affiliates channel. So if you want to check that out. All right, guys, that will conclude class for today. If you guys have questions, don't hesitate to ask. All right, I am a teacher. It is okay to ask in regards to any subjects that I teach on this channel. All right, guys, so until next time, I shall see you guys soon. Mata ne minna! Oyasumi nasai!